Today is September 23rd. Welcome on in to Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com. Brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey, who's down in Fayetteville right now. Woo pig.
Woo pig suey. Well, Arkansas, half the campus is in Dallas as they get set to take on Texas A&M. The rest of us are here. Got a college visit for my youngest boy, and that's where we are today.
A lot of Walmart money around that campus down there. So they
You can't swing a dead cat around here without hitting a building that has Walton's name on it. That's a good thing.
Hey, the Cardinals are out west in L.A., where a team out there is owned by the Cronkies, who's married to the Waltons. There you go, tied it all in. Look at that. Yeah, got there in a roundabout way, but we made it back to Cardinal baseball as the Cardinals salvage 1 out of 3 games down in San Diego and look to open a series against the Los Angeles Dodgers this weekend. And just to give you an idea of just how good the Dodgers are. This earlier today, I saw this from Bob Nightingale. He tweeted this out. Dave Roberts is the first manager to lead a team to the postseason his first 7 seasons. So all 7 seasons that Dave Roberts has been the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, they have made the postseason. He joined Cubs manager Frank Chance, who managed the Cubs in 1906, 07, 09, and 2000 and 1910. 1910 to have 4 seasons of at least 104 wins.
Tell you what, Tony Bruce always talked about, hey, what's it take to be a great manager? And he said you got to have great ownership. And the Dodgers have provided Dave with the necessary weapons, and then Dave has employed them. He's a terrific manager. It's a great organization, and they're the standard bearers for the National League, if not all of baseball right now. And then you just specifically on the field, Joe, the top 4 hitters, Betts, Turner, Freeman, and Smith. You can have any other 4 foursome on any team anywhere else, and I'll take those 4. They're the best.
Yeah, no, it's
Braves are close.
Yeah. It's one of those lineups where you look at it, and we don't have the lineups yet for today's game. That hasn't been posted yet. But you look at this Dodger lineup, and they're all names that you know. They're all names that we are familiar with. And you look at it, and you just go, my God! Like they have a former National League MVP hitting 9th for them in Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger, when you have Cody Bellinger hitting 9th for you in a lineup, that just shows how deep and how long that lineup is, day in and day out.
But there are a couple of names in their lineup that aren't as good as their reputation right now.
There is a lot, yes.
And that's Bellinger. And then Max Muncy was that way through the first 3.5, 4 months of the season. And then in August, Muncy started hitting like Muncy. And he's really picked it up a little bit. Justin Turner started off a little slow. He's playing better now. So now we've named 4, 5, 6 guys. And then you can pick and choose. Gavin Lux has trouble getting in the lineup, and he'd start for almost anybody in baseball.
Yeah, Trey Turner is still there. I mean, that's still a big name. But how about, Joey Gallo has in 35 games with the Dodgers has already hit 6 home runs for them. In 82 games with the Yankees, he hit 12 home runs. I mean, this is a guy he's still not producing. It's still terrible numbers, but yeah, maybe the power has slowly started to come back, and he's a guy that has played and that can hurt. You know what? He's going to strike out. He's going to make a lot of outs, but every now and then Joey Gallo is going to run into a baseball and hit it really, really far.
And I think that's probably how they evaluated it. They said, look, we got the best lineup in baseball. We can afford one spot that's hit or miss that in many nights is going to miss, but there'll be some nights where he'll go off, and it's worth it for us to do that. That's the only thing I can figure. And I think it's kind of paid off for him a little bit.
Yeah, the Julio Urias pitched last night for the Dodgers, so that's one lefty the Cardinals will not see this week. They are facing a lefty tonight, Andrew Haney. They are facing a lefty tomorrow, a name you might be familiar with, a player by the name of Clayton Kershaw. And then on Sunday, they're facing Tyler Anderson. So 3 lefties starting this weekend for the Dodgers, which means Albert Pujols will start against the Dodgers all 3 games in this series.
I thought he was going to get a home run in San Diego, and he came very, very close. The last couple of nights, very close. In fact, the one I thought as soon as he hit it, I would I thought it was out. He'll get it. He'll get one this weekend.
Let me. So this is he started. What, 2 of the 3 games, or did he start all 3 games in San Diego?
I think it was all 3.
So then he's probably going to be with a lefty on the mound. He's going to start all 3 games here. It will be, I'm very interested to see what the lineup looks like when it comes out, because will they, at some point Albert Pujols does need to rest if you want him ready for the postseason. With facing a lefty, if they get into their bullpen. If the Dodgers go to their bullpen, do you pull Albert out in favor of a right hand, and when a righty comes in favor of a left-handed bat?
Only if he tells me he needs a break. He's playing. He's DHing, Joe. He doesn't need a rest.
I would think at 1 game this weekend he'll play first. I would think that he plays first for you. Let Goldschmidt DH 1 game this weekend.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I think especially against the lefties, he's going to play. And he'll probably play against most of the righties the rest of the way. They're going to give him every opportunity to hit those home runs. But the other thing is, he's been one of the few guys that's been hitting relatively consistently. So he's earned all that time.
They Andrew Haney, the guy that will be starting tonight for the Dodgers. Just a quick look at some of the games that he has thrown here as of late. Doesn't get you deep into games. The last time that he went 6 innings was a month ago on August 24th. Pretty consistent around that 5-inning mark for Haney. Has been a consistent starter for the Dodgers all season long. This will be his 14th start of the season. So he hasn't been consistently on the main roster all season, but he has been there for the team. 3-2 record with a 2.66 ERA for the former number 9 overall pick out of Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I think if he was on almost any other staff in baseball, he'd be the headline guy. We'd be talking about him every time. And you don't even hear any people talking about him. He's a good player. And like I said at the top, the Dodgers are the gold standard in baseball. And doesn't mean you can't go in and win games. Of course you can. And it'd be nice to be competitive at least all 3 games, get at least 1 win. Obviously, you hope for more. But to show the Dodgers that playing the Cardinals in postseason will not be a walkover.
Yeah, this, we talked about how the last series was a measuring stick, a potential first-round matchup for the Cardinals, and that applies again this weekend. This is a potential NLCS matchup that you're going to see. I believe that's the only way right now that the Cardinals would face the Dodgers would be in the NLCS. So see how you match up in 3 games, because it'll be a different animal though in a potential 7-game series.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And all both pitching staffs will be stretched out and that sort of thing. But we're getting way ahead of ourselves. But yeah, that would be that kind of a matchup.
You know what? I'm fine with getting ahead of myself for that. I'm fine with already playing the matchups for those series as they start to head our way. Hey, reminder for people watching right now. Hey, Apple TV is the only place you will find tonight's game. So if you have it, download it, and make sure that is all set up for you. It's free. You don't have to pay for any of the subscription stuff. It is free on Apple TV tonight. But make sure you get your little transistor radio next to you and time it up to where you can listen to KMOX and have the hometown guys call the action.
Absolutely.
In case Albert does hit home run at number 699. So that way you hear John Rooney, you hear Dan McLaughlin, you hear Rick Horton on the call for that home run should it happen tonight.
Absolutely right. That's what you want to do. They're going to have a talk show roundtable in the booth there at Dodger Stadium. It'll be a lot of fun. 4 great guys, 4 great talents. If you get a chance to listen on the radio, Joe's right. You absolutely should.
All right, Rammer. What are you looking? I mean, we said, the Dodgers have nothing to play for. They're at 104 wins. The Cardinals, their magic number, I believe, is now down to 5. So it's inevitable that they will get to that postseason. That they will clinch at some point here. You would imagine in the next week of the season. What are you looking for out of this series this weekend?
I want to see the team get consistently competitive offensively. Competitive at bats.
I was going to say quality at bats. Yep, that was going to be the yep.
Consistent, competitive, pushing the offense against the Dodgers, and if you can get that done, you'll get a win or 2 in the series, and that's what I'm looking for. That'll be good enough.
I would like to see a team that just does not look lost at home, in the batter's box, and can put together some we talked about it yesterday. They went the first 2 games scoreless in San Diego. Yesterday, they scored runs on 2 swings. That was it. I mean, they loaded the bases to get to that point for Brendan Donovan to hit that grand slam, but still, you need to see competitive at-bats, put up a few crooked numbers in a few innings. And you know what? This is a good opportunity to see what the Dodgers have in that bullpen. You might not get the full you might not get full Clayton Kershaw going at you tomorrow. You're not going to get postseason Clayton Kershaw going up against you. But you know what? You get a chance to see what they have out of that bullpen. And if you do face them in October, you know what's coming.
Yeah, you get a look. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all you could ask for. Rammer, we will talk again on Monday. Have a safe trip back from Arkansas. And we will hopefully be talking about some victories coming up here on Monday. This is another edition of Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com, brought to you each and every day by Royal Banks of Missouri and Munganast St. Louis Acura. You go online, go to stlouisacura.com, and you can click right there, see all of the pre-owned cars that they have there on the lot out in Manchester, and sort it however which way that you want and find that car for you. Not just Acura cars, they have all makes and models of all kinds of cars out there at Munganast St. Louis Acura, sponsor here of Daily Cards Live. We will talk to you on Monday. Make sure, too, this weekend to check out all the other great content that we have available to you here on ClaibsOnline.com. Have a great weekend, everybody.
From our roots in St. Louis, Royal Banks of Missouri is branching out to continue serving you with our locations in St. Charles, Jerseyville, Granite City, and now in Hannibal, Center, and New London. Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank in your community.